This might get weird.
Are we rolling?
We're rolling.
Oh my good Lord. Cheers, Grace Helbig.
Cheers, Mamrie Hart.
We are back, motherfuckers.
Happy 2020.
Oh, wow. 2020. Barbara Walters.
Yeah, my mom sent me the GIF first thing January 1st.
Barbara Wawa.
Baba Wawa.
Wait, I think Sherry O'Terrio used to impersonate her on
Sherry O'Terrio?
No, I said Sherry O'Terry.
Oh, I thought you said Sherry O'Terrio.
Well, if we could improve her name, that's how we do it. She went on, I didn't watch the ball drop or anything, but she went on the Andy Cohen, Anderson Cooper as Barbara Walters.
Oh, that's great.
I didn't watch it. I heard it was a shit show. I heard they were doing shots and it got crazy.
That's what do you expect? Yeah.
I don't know. Drinking hard liquor on network TV?
On network TV? Well, if you're going to hire Andy Cohen, he's going to bring a shot ski.
That's true.
You know
As
it.
we know.
Oh, man.
How are you? It's been ages. You guys, Grace just came over. She walked through the door and it was like a reunion. It's been 84 years.
To be very honest, nervous coming over.
Wow.
I was like, one, we haven't seen each other.
No.
In like a month, literally like a month. And two, we've, I think, been very conveniently trying to avoid having too much conversation while we haven't seen each other. So it's been this weird dance that we've been doing.
We've been like flirting around the issue of talking but not saying anything.
Yeah.
We were supposed to go for a walk with Hannah, like an early morning walk, because, you know, we'll talk at length about it, but we're trying to establish some healthier habits.
Yep.
We were going to go for a morning walk and catch up. And Grace and I were like, that sounds great, Hannah. Grace and I can't really talk.
Yeah, so we'll listen to whatever happened to you over the break.
We're just a soundboard for you because we can't speak at all.
Yeah, meanwhile, Mamrie and I are having a sidebar text message conversation being like, when do you want to podcast so that we can have a conversation again?
Right. We've just been crated animals. How are you? We're both doing dry January.
We're both doing dry January. You had mentioned this before. I was on the fence. I was trying to like dodge it by being like, I'll do dry
weekdays
January. Yeah. And then I just like wrecked my body for 2 weeks over the holidays that I was like bedridden one day going, I can't keep doing this to myself.
100%. There was a day where Chip and I were so hungover that like we didn't do shit and we were in paradise. You know what I mean? So when you're like, I'm on the other side of the fucking world and I'm too hungover to do anything.
I know. That's why like I have some stories to talk about from the break and the holidays, but in between any like peak fun moment was literally Elliot and I in a hotel bed doing absolutely nothing.
But I feel like that's your MO.
That is my MO, but now it's become like a have to rather than a want to be in the hotel bed to recuperate. So dry January has been going great. I'm on day 6, you're on day 7.
You guys, this is the longest I've been sober.
I know, and I know a lot of you are like
these women are sad.
Yeah, maybe there's a deeper issue here.
Right. I know.
But look, at baby steps, we're taking it as it comes, and I feel pretty great right now.
Okay, here's
two things.
I'm feeling good, like clarity. During the day, I like have energy. I've been working out. Like I went to dance class on Saturday. I'm going tonight. Like I feel like I'm getting in the groove.
Yeah.
But then there's the back end of it of I'm craving sugar.
Oh, yeah.
So
I had a brownie for breakfast.
Well, is that weird for you?
Look, and this is, again, now I want
your insides. Your insides to me are like when a child makes an ashtray in pottery class.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly that. It's distorted and it's like not very helpful, even though it's supposed to like help serve a purpose. It's... I definitely ate like a baby without a babysitter, like when I was drinking.
God, I just heard I definitely ate a baby.
And then
I tuned off and called the cops.
That was my first day of dry January. It was rough.
That's when someone is listening to this at work and accidentally the boss walks by. The sound bite.
No, I am with you. I'm craving so much sugar.
I never... Chip eats, and don't come for me, Chip. He eats like a pint of ice cream a night.
Right, yeah.
So
you're surrounded by people that have sweet tooth.
Right. Yes, exactly. Mamie and the Sweet Tooth. It's my pop punk band coming to a stage near you. No, so I've been doing like Halo Top or like craving chocolate. And we've also, since it's dry January, again, one weekend, I'm like, we've seen 2 movies. We've gone to the movies twice and almost 3 times because what the fuck do you do at night if you're not drinking?
Have watched so many movies. You would be so proud of me.
Really?
We went to Knives Out. I
went to Knives Out.
We watched Newsies. We just watched Tangled last night. I watched like every animated thing.
What? We've spread of different films.
We've watched so much Disney Plus. It's crazy because at the end of the night, it's like we cook dinner together and then we just go.
What do you do for the rest of the hours?
Should we get high and watch TV? It's like that's what we do.
See, but here's my second issue with Dry January thus far. First of all, I came back jet lagged as fuck.
Right.
I came back from Japan on the 30th and I can handle it. I normally, I don't get that jet lagged even from Australia when I went in October. Yeah. But for some reason, since I was there like 3 weeks.
You acclimated to that time zone?
Totally.
Yeah.
So I was jet lagged as fuck. On top of the next day was New Year's Eve, so we went out drinking.
Yeah.
On top of now I'm not drinking, and that normally helps me go to sleep. So while I'm feeling good and having energy and trying to work out, etc., I'm still going to sleep at like 2 or 3 in the morning, and then sleeping till 10, which I hate.
Yeah, no, I've been going to bed at like 10:30, 11. It's been pretty
Sounds
nuts.
divine. I gotta start smoking weed.
You gotta. But see, that's the thing.
It makes me so weird.
But see,
weirder.
I smoke it in the confines of my house with someone that I trust, and then I literally have to like sign off from all devices for the night.
Yeah.
Like I have to get all my work done and then do that because otherwise I just am in such a state of paranoia about existing on the internet in any way.
See, I think when I get high, I would turn on Twitter and think every single tweet was a subtweet to me.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh my God, I can't believe Jay Leno just subtweeted me about cars.
Oh, I end up.
I don't follow him on Twitter. I have no idea why that was my go-to Twitter account.
Oh my God.
I couldn't think of Stephen Colbert's name, so I panicked and said Jay Leno.
Yeah, you're like, Chrissy Teigen keeps sending me video messages of her kids doing funny things.
Oh, Luna, you called John by his first name.
See, if I go on Instagram, I end up just looking too intensely at the backgrounds of everyone's photos just to see if I can find any like things in the background.
You're looking for Easter eggs?
Yeah, I'm looking for like murder mystery clues in the background of people's
Holy
photos.
shit.
I just be staring at it like a magic guy for so long, and then I have to go, no.
They're not leaving you hints that they're in danger and you're gonna solve it.
I keep asking them to blink twice if they're safe, and they keep opening their eyes.
You really did see Knives Out.
Girl, you have been on a epic journey. I have really tried to avoid looking at your Instagram story as much because I looked at it here and there, but also I was kind of non-existing on the internet because it just seemed like a lot.
I even existed way less than normal, and I'm gonna say it. Okay, well, we'll get to like tales of vacation soon, but I have found myself posting less and less.
Yeah, same.
Like being like 5 days, like going 5 days without posting a year and a half ago. Like I remember one time I went 5 days without posting like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And people were like, did you die in Europe?
Are you okay? Yeah, exactly.
It's so weird. And so I have been being like, oh shit, I haven't posted in forever. And now I'm seeing all these people saying they're deleting it from their phone.
Instagram.
So they'll be more productive. And I'm like, do I need to put some limits on myself? Because I told you I put that time limit on there. Yeah. It pops up every day and I say ignore today. It's popped up every day.
I've had Headspace as a notification at 10 a.m. for the last 2 years. And now it's just my notification that it's 10 a.m.
You've been hitting snooze.
Yeah. I haven't meditated for 2 years, but I know when it's 10 a.m.
Yeah, I've seen multiple people be like, at least I'm going to try in January. I'm deleting Twitter and Instagram off my phone. I'm like, I'm not posting, but I'm still checking it.
Yeah. Well, see,
I'm being one of those people.
That's what I was doing too. And I had to like catch myself because it was just so gross feeling after a while that I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
And so I've thought about the delete all of the apps situation. But I also thought, okay, I'm only going to pick up my phone when I'm going to do something on it. Like if I'm going to post on Instagram, then I'll look through Instagram rather than just like looking through Instagram.
You got to post to view.
Yeah, that it's like you have to pay for entry or something. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good plan.
Yeah, I think I haven't done it yet.
Okay. Same. I've talked about it's now the 7th, and I've talked about one of my resolutions being.
Everyone knows that productivity starts with just talking about it.
Totally. I was going to say that, and I'm going to start it for sure. I'm just going to turn off my phone for 2 hours a day.
Oh, that's a great idea.
And just like tell, like people who would give a shit, like, our managers, like if they need to get in touch with something, but because I would spend it writing.
Right.
So if I'm like, hey, every day from 11 to 1, I'm turning off my phone. If you need me, I'll check my email every 30 minutes.
I think that's
something
great.
like that.
I think that's great.
Again,
because
haven't done it.
think about
Thought about it.
Well, think about when you go to a movie, you have to turn your phone off.
Yes,
and
that's 2 hours.
2 hours. And so the world doesn't burn completely down in that 2 hour time frame.
Like I said, we've been going to movies, and so I turned the phone off, and for some reason in my head, I still think, even though I'm sitting with my boyfriend, I'm like, I'm going to turn my phone, and it is just going to be a flood. Nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
I must have clearly missed a catastrophic event that would change my life forever right now.
Pardon me. A new Groupon email escaped the clutches of, the spam and came to my primary. Oh, Lord have mercy. So anyway, resolutions, we're dry.
We're dry.
Dry for Jan.
And that's the only time you'll hear us say that on this podcast.
baby. We're dry, and we're thinking about limiting our social media.
Yeah, we're dry, we're getting
considering
high,
it, yeah.
and we're saying goodbye to some apps.
Yes, exactly.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how that
We'll
goes.
see.
We have support this week from Zola. Are you engaged? Are you ready to commit yourself to a person for the rest of your life? Well, if you're planning a wedding, guess what? Zola's here to help you out. Zola did a survey, and they found that 96% of couples think that planning their wedding was stressful, and 86% suffered stress-induced symptoms like insomnia, breakouts, and lower sex drive. The 3 most important things that you need to start a healthy, happy marriage. But you can avoid all of that because Zola makes wedding planning easier and less stressful with wedding websites, registries, invites, and a guest list manager all in one place. They have free wedding website designs, hundreds of gorgeous designs for every style. Do you want a cowboy theme? Do you want a river theme? Do you want ghosts as a theme? I've clearly never planned a wedding. I've gone to some costume parties and they're not the same thing. Anyway, Zola's making it easier for you. They have the highest rated registry of all time. You can register for gifts, experiences, and honeymoon funds. Plus, they have beautiful, affordable invites and paper. You can shop the whole paper suite at Zola, from save the dates to invites and thank yous. There is so much that goes into planning a wedding, y'all. I'm getting stressed out just reading about all this. Oof. Thank God. Oof. Yeah, good luck to you. Zola will help. They'll help you collect addresses and track online RSVPs with their free guest list manager. They take all of the stress out of it for you. They've helped 1 million couples get married, and they'll help you too. Go to zola.com/TMGW today and use promo code SAVE50, SAVE50 to get 50% off your Save the Dates. You can also get a free personalized paper sample before you purchase. That's 50% off Save the Dates at Zola, ZOLA.com/TMGW, promo code SAVE50.
If there's one thing you guys know about me from this podcast, besides that I really need to get it together, is that I love learning. I love going to classes. I love figuring out new skills. It's my favorite dang thing. But sometimes it doesn't work with my schedule, or I'm traveling, or I don't want to put on real pants or interact with actual other humans. That is where Skillshare is an amazing thing to have. What's Skillshare, you ask? Don't worry, I'm going to tell you. It's kind of what my job is. Skillshare is an online learning community for creatives. It offers thousands of inspiring classes for curious people on topics including illustration, design, photography, video, freelancing, arts and crafts. They've even got some really cool new ones like Style Your Space, bringing creativity to interior design, taught by Emily Henderson, or Instagram-worthy photography, how to shoot, edit, and share by, I can't pronounce his name. Fact is, there's tons of cool ways for you to learn and grow and not have to leave your house. Most classes are under 60 minutes with short lessons to fit into any schedule. And when you get your membership, which is as low as $10 a month, yeah, that's less than one class that you have to go to IRL. But when you are a member, you get unlimited access to thousands of inspiring classes with hands-on projects and feedback from a community of millions. Take that for a group project. That's a lot of people. So make 2020 a year where you explore new skills, deepen existing passions, and get lost in creativity. Sounds sexy, right? Well, why don't you give it a shot? If you would like to get 2 free months of premium membership and explore your creativity, then here's what you're going to do. You're going to go to https://skl, that's like skill, .sh, like share, / this might get weird. I know that's a little confusing. So it is https://skl.sh/ this might get weird. And if you are watching this on YouTube, yes, we put our podcast on YouTube, the link is in the description below. So get on over there, give it a couple months. Come on, hit the ground running on 2020 and go learn something, honey. Oh my God, they just got a new catchphrase.
Anyway, yes, I have been gone for 8,000 years.
Truly.
It was so fun, though.
Yeah. So where did you go first?
We went to Bali first.
Okay.
And it's one of those things where you feel like you're gone a million years, but if you're going to travel that far, we were in Bali for 8 days and Japan for 9 days.
That's awesome.
So just a little over a week, but
Yeah.
with travel and like adjusting, it was 21 days total.
Wow. But you give yourself enough padding that you get to enjoy both cities or countries and without feeling like you're rushing through
At
jet
both
lag.
places, we were like, I'm ready to go to the next place.
That's great.
But not bored.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we went to Seminyak, which is like the little coastal beach area in Bali, and had a great time. And then we went from there. We were there like 4 days, and then we spent the other 4 days at this place called Gili Islands.
What's that?
So it's off the coast of Bali. It's between Bali and Lombok, which you guys, I'm sorry.
I know
I'm
nothing about.
terrible with geography.
Yeah.
Chip and I have been watching the college championship of Jeopardy because I'm that many years old. Now as I'm watching Jeopardy on Netflix.
Oh yeah, there was an ad for the best of the best
I
Jeopardy.
know.
And Elliot literally stood up from the couch and he goes, "No fucking way."
Dude,
Okay.
I said that to Chip last night. I was like, this week is Champion of Champions because
Yeah.
we've just been watching old episodes. He was like, we could probably find it on Hulu. I'm like, yeah, this is where we are now, is seeing how Ken Jennings is doing. But every time there's a geography question, I'm like, fuck it. I have no idea. No clue.
Nope.
I don't even know where some of the states are in America. And I'm a smart woman.
Yeah.
But like, do you know which one's Kansas?
I do. Only
Oh,
because my
fuck.
dad was a geography major in college. And so when we would like drive down to his house for visitation to keep us like entertained, because this is pre-phones, pre-everything, he'd be like, let's see who can name all the 50 states the fastest. And me and my brothers just like furiously scribble stuff down. Smart of him to keep us from being annoying in the car. But so now I know where all the states are.
See, I think I could do the scribble and like maybe some capitals.
Yeah.
But actual locating things on a map, I'm bad at.
Yeah.
Damn. I was hoping that would also
Well,
be
I don't know.
a weakness of yours.
States are like the only thing I can do. Everywhere else,
Countries?
like,
Do you know where like Nigeria is?
no, I don't
Okay.
know any of that. I don't know hardly anything in Europe other than like the coastal stuff.
Yeah, you can do like Portugal and Spain and England.
And Italy, yeah, France, maybe.
Well, Italy got that boot.
Yeah.
But anyway, these islands off the coast. You can take a longer ferry, but we took like the speed ferry that was like 2 hours to get
Oh,
to.
cool.
And once you get there, it's gorgeous water, little tiny islands, no cars, everything is horse and carriage.
Oh, cute.
But the funny thing that got me, we stayed at this place called Wilson's Retreat, which was straight up just the bloody hand symbol
The
Wilson
volleyball?
from the volleyball.
From the what's that Tom Hanks movie?
Yes, Castaway.
So this is like going to Iceland and seeing the Big Lebowski bar.
True, but I don't think this place was at all got like permission to use it. Wilson's Retreat. It was this little tiny spot, and I mean, we had to like walk 15 minutes to get to a bar, and it was gorgeous water. I mean, like so pretty, and we spent 4 days there. But the thing that cracked me up the whole time is mushrooms are totally legal there.
Whoa.
You need to go. I was like, maybe I'll do mushrooms. And then in the end, I chickened out.
I think I would chicken out. I think it would be too much like sensory overload in a place that I'm not super familiar with.
Right. But also, you could have taken them and just sat on this really kind of deserted beach all day.
That's true too. I might have done a little bit.
Yeah, like at one point we were just sitting in the water. We like hung out with this couple all day, just because we were hungover and didn't want to leave the pool.
Yeah.
And we just sat, and it felt like a bath, and we were in 2 feet of water watching the sunset, and it was like, we
really
kept being
nice.
like, "Are we in Truman Show?" So
A movie I just watched.
Get out of here.
Yep.
Now you get that reference when
Yes,
people
I
say
do.
it.
Yes, I do.
I'm so excited. This is the year of you learning references.
But I mean, I don't know how long I'll like keep them stored up there, but yeah.
All right, we got to work. You tell me,
But
you
I
send me
get
a
that
list
now.
of movies that you've watched every week, and I'll drop references in the podcast. I'll hit at least one reference from the movie every week. But it cracked me up because you walk around and people just are like, you can get mushroom shakes at like a beach bar.
So everyone's just kind of in their own beautiful
Like
paradise in their
Yeah,
mind.
we got there and don't judge me, but we had to take like a horse and carriage to our hotel because it was a mile away. And it's a short island, but it would take like 2 hours to like walk around. And we had heavy fucking...
Yeah, you guys are gone for 20 days.
We had luggage.
Yeah.
So we first get there, we get off the ferry, we get in the horse and carriage. He's taking us through a shortcut through the woods to get to the other side of the island. And there's a guy behind us just on his bicycle, just riding his bike, smiling, and he catches up to us. And we're in the back of a buggy. He catches up to us and goes, "Where the fuck are we going?"
He's just been drafting the horse and carriage.
Tripping his brains off, riding a bicycle through this shortcut. He's like, "Where are we going, you guys?" And we're like, we're going to our hotel, sir. We don't know where the hell you're going.
But it seems that you have a journey ahead of
Yeah,
you.
I was like, best of luck, toots. Like,
That is such a bonkers place.
it's so great. I mean, everything is small. They have like, a strip of restaurants and bars and like, cheap places to get massages and like diving places. It's like the perfect amount of things, and we were situated off of it. So we weren't in it, but it's all like backpackers and stuff.
Oh,
and it's so
gotcha.
funny to go with Chip to these because he used to be a backpacker dude who would do this.
Those are his people.
Well, no, he's more just like, oh my God, I'm so glad that isn't my life anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, but they have these little just bars set up on the beach that people build and do it their own. But you have the option to get mushrooms at any time.
Wow.
Like we went snorkeling.
Is it like booze though? Is there an age restriction?
No.
So like a baby can trip their face off?
I don't. What are you going to check ID for? I mean, they didn't even check ID for alcohol because it's
Fair.
probably
Yeah.
18. And if there's like a 16-year-old who wants to drink, I doubt they're going to be like, "No, I won't take your money."
Right,
Like, it's
yeah.
Asia.
Yeah.
So we went snorkeling one day and we got this private boat and it was gorgeous. Like the first stop was there were sunken statues you could go. And then we went to a place called Turtle Point. We really wanted to see turtles because
Yeah.
we didn't see them in Hawaii on that trip.
Oh yeah, was this like your redemption snorkeling?
Yes. So we like saw wild turtles and like followed them. And it was great.
Cool.
But
And
then
you were like, where are we going, guys?
where are we going, dudes? But then we stopped at one of the other islands to get lunch and we're there and I order. I'll talk to you about the food in a minute because like there's no food for me to eat.
I was going to ask.
Ever.
How did you handle it?
I just ate rice and potatoes and bread for, 21 days.
Yes.
That's
Not
why
too bad.
I'm trying to exercise. That's one of my resolutions. But we stop and we're just getting lunch, me and Chip, and he got satay and I got pizza. And then he's like, "Just cheese pizza?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Mushrooms?" And I go, "No." He goes, "But mushrooms?" And I was like, "No." And he was like, and they came back 3 more times to be like, "We have the best mushrooms." Like trying to put mushrooms on my pizza and me going, "I'm about to snorkel. I will lose my mind." Like our next snorkeling stop was the most beautiful snorkeling I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if I was on mushrooms?
I don't think you'd be sitting here right now.
Right. I think I'd live at Gilly.
Yeah.
But so there were mushrooms everywhere. I didn't end up taking them.
Yeah.
But for
it's
someone
also-
who enjoys them, it'd be the perfect place.
I bet. I mean, also, it's the start of your trip. If you have a bad trip at the start of your trip,
I'm
that's
done.
gonna,
I'm
fuck
done.
everything else up.
But so on our first night, we're walking from our hotel. We probably have to walk like 20 minutes to get to the main strip. And as soon as we cross this little beach area, it's where there's just little beach bar shacks.
Oh,
and I'm
cute.
talking like 4 stools.
Yeah.
If there's even stools. And we get over, and the first one we see, it's this barely put together shack. And there's this guy with the craziest haircut I've ever seen. It looked like my wig from Halloween. A Sigourney Weaver, but with like a couple, like 3 braids hanging down from it.
And that's his real hair.
Real hair. He's holding a muddler and he is headbanging to, I believe, Living on a Prayer. And he's singing every word. It was for sure Bon Jovi. I'm pretty sure Living on a Prayer. And he is going off, and I'm like, I love that guy. I love that guy. We have to go back to his bar.
Yeah, he is selling this bar.
I was just like, who? Oh, no, it was Shot Through the Heart. And he is going off, not even seeing passersby. There's no one at his bar. So I was like, okay, clock him. We're coming back.
Yeah.
We're really tired the first day. The next night we go over and he's there.
Oh, perfect.
Right? And his bar is empty. So we sit down and we talk to him. And the name of his bar is Best in the World.
I love it.
He goes, it's the best in the world.
Where do you want to go?
To the best in the world. So we learned that there's an abandoned boat right beside him. We learned that he started selling beer out of the boat a couple months ago, and then he just built this one weekend,
He
like 2 weeks
upgraded.
earlier.
Wow.
He just built this little bar.
So it's a grand opening.
He was like, I only have beer because he couldn't afford liquor.
Oh, okay.
He was like, I don't have any.
So it's not even a licensing thing. It's
No,
like literally what
just
you can
money.
afford.
I was
Yeah.
like, can I have a mojito? He was like, sorry, just only beer right
so
now.
what was he muddling the day before?
I don't know. My mind, my brain. So we sit there and we're already kind of drunk and we're hanging out. His name is Ariel. And
Perfect.
we just sit there all night drinking and showing him other like 80s hair band metal songs we love. And then, so we're like rocking out. And then this French guy comes up that knows him and they like high five. And he pulls out an entire full-length keyboard.
Wait, what?
And
The
puts
French guy?
The French guy. And puts it on the bar. To take up half the bar. And we're like, okay, let's see where this goes.
This has potential.
This guy is a composer. So he's like, would you like to hear some of my original music? Meanwhile, we've been listening to like fucking Poison and Motley Crue and all this. And we're like, sure. He plays a 20-minute concerto.
Oh my God.
Ariel's, like probably on so many mushrooms, he's just sitting down watching. Ariel has a little brother with the craziest eyes, and but like a grown man.
Yeah.
And he's just at the other end of the bar, just giving me eyes like, you want this to be over too, right?
You guys are communicating just through eyes.
So we all just sit there in silence and listen to a 20-minute piano concert.
You got the worst open mic of all time.
There wasn't even singing. It sounded like something John Tesh would compose. We were just like, okay.
Oh, wow.
It finally ends. I'm like, well, let's do another round. And Chip is like, I'm going to go to the bathroom. And I'm like, okay. He could easily pee on the beach.
Yeah.
He leaves and he's gone like 20 minutes.
Oh, God.
I'm
So you're
like,
left alone.
What the fuck is going on? I'm here with old Frenchie being like, I'll take requests. I'm like, I'll request you don't play anything else again. He was lovely. Meanwhile, Ariel is like, you're my best friend, Mamrie. Because I knew metal and like hairband stuff. Chip comes back 20 minutes later with a bottle of rum.
What?
And is like, make us a mojito, like in the sweetest way. Ariel like almost starts crying. It's the best. And so
sweet.
the best in the world.
The best
in the world.
Truly the best in the world.
The best in the world. And so anyway, we went back the next night and had fun. And the next night he had like more customers. And I was
Oh,
like,
that's sweet.
we're excited to see your business flourish. But then
So you guys unintentionally bar rescued him.
yes. Chip bar rescued him.
Chip can't not bar rescue people.
Holy shit. It was so funny. I got behind the bar and was like muddling watermelon and rum, and like he didn't have simple syrup, so I added Sprite. He's like writing down vigorous notes, being like, how do you know this stuff? I was like, I was a bartender. So
He's
anyway,
like, I've just been mashing stuff together and hoping something.
it works. We exchanged WhatsApp and I sent him a picture of us. And then he was like, thank you for text. I think about you today, my friend. And then he goes, love you. And then I sent him, because he was like, people come to my bar and then they just like send me texts from all over the world.
Wow.
And I sent him a pic of Chip and I on Christmas and he says, wow, Merry Christmas. I love you, my friend. So
That's just his auto reply for everyone
Right?
that texts him.
but imagine if I had been on mushrooms that night.
Yeah, I don't know what that would have been. I mean, it would have been the same, but you would have enjoyed the keyboard, I think.
Yeah. Maybe that's why Ariel looked so into it.
Was he from there?
Yeah.
Originally? Oh, wow.
It was
what
the
a
best.
life. What?
He had like a whole plan. He was like, because he loves books. So he was like, I'm going to turn the boat into a library where people can just go and borrow books and like read while they drink my drinks. And it was great.
What a different life than what we lead. That's
Totally.
so nuts.
I want to go back in like 4 years and just see
how he's
if he's
doing.
alive.
Yeah. See if he's still there. See if it wasn't a figment of your
parties
imagination.
every single night. So who's to say? Who's to say?
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
It was great.
We've got more support today on the podcast from a company that I'm all too familiar with, and I want you to be too. It's Hellofresh. Get mouth-watering seasonal recipes and pre-measured ingredients delivered right to your door with Hellofresh, America's #1 meal kit. Hellofresh makes cooking at home fun, easy, and affordable. Their recipes are super delicious. You can break out of your dinner rut with the 22+ seasonal chef-curated recipes that they have each week. There's something for everyone. They got low-calorie, vegetarian, family-friendly recipes, and they have more 5-star recipes than any other meal kit, so you know you're getting something delicious. You can save time and stress effortlessly. They basically say that you can get dinner on the table in just about 30 minutes or even 20 minutes with their quick recipe options. And if you're good at the cooking, you know, you got this. They can help you eat more sustainably. HelloFresh's pre-portioned ingredients mean that there's less prep and less food waste. Everything you need to make your meal comes directly inside the box. HelloFresh carbon footprint is 25% lower than store-bought grocery-made meals. The source for that is from the University of Michigan, if you're curious. Plus, they're flexible and they fit your lifestyle. You can add extra meals or lunches to your weekly order or throw in yummy sides, desserts. You can get like garlic bread or cookie dough. I mean, if you're like me late at night, you might want to put those two things together. I don't know, just saying, you have the options, and you can easily change your delivery days or food preferences, and you can skip a week whenever you need. Everything, like I said, super, super, super flexible. I've been using HelloFresh, if you watch my YouTube channel, for over a year, and I cannot say enough great things about it. As someone who is slightly ill-equipped in the kitchen, they make me feel confident. Ooh. And now you guys can get a little deal going here by going to HelloFresh.com/TMGW10 and use code TMGW10 during HelloFresh's New Year's sale for 10 free meals, including free shipping. That is bonkers to me. I'm reading this for the first time, and wow, this is a great deal. So go to HelloFresh.com/TMGW10 and use code TMGW10 during HelloFresh's New Year's sale. 10 free meals, including free shipping. What do you... Go! Do it! Speaking of mushrooms, I saw cats.
Okay, yeah, let's get into it because
Saw
you're about
cats.
to see it for the second time tonight.
Yeah, and because it's dry January, this time I'm going a little high, which I'm actually a little scared about.
I would be terrified.
But having seen it once, I'm slightly more secure because I know what I'm getting into. So my mom and my stepdad had texted before we went back to the East Coast for Christmas saying, like, me and my brother asking, would you guys all want to go see Cats as a family? And we all responded immediately, yes, 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 yes. And so Elliot and I, God bless him, he was just meeting so much family. It was so much family because my parents are divorced, and it's like going down to
it's an onslaught.
Yeah, we went down to my dad and stepmom's first, and he came to like my the Pollyanna party that we do down there, met all the cousins, all the aunts and uncles.
Quick cue. What did you get for your Pollyanna gift?
I got like what did I get? Oh, like a little from Aeropostale, like a little blanket and like cute little slippers and stuff like that.
Because it was a $50 limit, right?
Yeah.
Because I got a text from Maureen, your stepmom, that said Grace's cousin doesn't know what to get her for Pollyanna.
Oh, yeah,
there's
she
a
did tell me.
$50 limit. Do you have any ideas? And I said $50 worth of scratch-offs.
Oh, well, see, we all get scratch-offs anyway. It's such a Jersey thing. We all give each other scratch-offs.
Well, I tried to help you out.
Thank you. No, I think Maureen did tell me that she texted you, and I was like, oh, okay. Whereas I'm at the airport at like 6 a.m. going to the East Coast being like, am I part of the Pollyanna? Maureen was like, we sent you have Katie back in like by Thanksgiving. I was like, I never got it. So like 2 hours before the party, we're like furiously driving around. So he went down there, met everyone. Then we went up to my mom's house, and they all wanted to see cats. And so my brother and his boyfriend were visiting too, which, by the way, Tim and Adam say that they listen to the podcast. They love it very much. Hi, Tim and Adam.
Hi, Tim and Adam.
So
Wait, had anyone in your family seen the stage show Cats? Or were you the only one?
I was the only one. Tim said he tried to watch it at one point, but it was so weird that he turned it off. And I was like, yeah, I did the same thing when I was younger.
So your mom was going in blind.
My mom was going in blind. And so then Elliot and I were staying at a hotel down the street from where my mom lives. So we come over right before, and I walk in, and Adam's just sitting in the living room with cat ears on and cat whiskers on his face. And I was like, oh, what's going on here? And Adam's like, are you guys ready for cats? Because they kept doing this whole bit with Elliot because it was first time coming to the East Coast. Tim and Adam would just whisper in his ear, be like, can you handle it?
Oh, God.
I'm just like
so
meeting
creepy.
family.
I love it.
And so I was like, all right, we're doing this. Like, we came over a little toasty anyway. And Elliot like begrudgingly like did it, but he was having a good time. My stepdad even put whiskers on. And so it's
Bill.
Here we go. We're doing this. I'm saying yes to this dress.
Was this on Christmas Day?
This was the day after Christmas.
Okay. Boxing Day.
Yeah. So we all pile into this giant rental. Yeah. That's what we kept saying. It's Boxing Day celebration. And we pile
Litter
into
Boxing Day.
There we go. Nailed
there
it.
We go.
We pile into this rental van that I had, and we drive to the theater, and I'm asking, like, did we get tickets beforehand? And like, no one's really answering me. So then we're like walking up to the ticket booth. I'm like, we didn't buy tickets. No one like looked at this, and because my parents don't do that.
It's also cats.
It's cats, but also we're a group of 6. And and it's the day after Christmas in South Jersey where there's not a lot to do.
Yeah, you might have to like split up.
Yeah, so we get up to the front, and my stepdad goes to ask. The woman's like, sorry, it's sold out. And
holy shit, that's the first time in history it's been sold out.
I know. And all 6 of us are just standing there dressed like cats. People are like looking at us. And we're
you can't be like, fine, uncut gems.
Exactly.
You just go in there as cats.
We just all stood there. And we were like, oh my God. We came in so hot to this theater. So then we turn back around. We get in the car. And then I'm just like on my phone. I found another screening and I bought 6 tickets. I was like, I got this. It'll be in like 2 hours. And so we went home, had a couple drinks, and then went to the theater. It's the most insane experience. And this theater's half full. So I don't know why the other one was totally sold out, unless the woman was just fucking with us and being like, it's sold out.
You guys listening, I'm sure you know, Grace and I went to see Cats several years ago.
On Broadway.
On Broadway with Tyler Oakley and some other peeps. And then Grace had a crazy night and had a walk of shame while holding a Cats merch bag the next day.
I felt like it was rude. They gave us all this free merch. And I did a walk of shame the next morning, and I made sure I told the guy, I was like, I'm taking my Cats bag. And
no one will suspect a person who went to see Cats got laid.
Yeah, exactly. And so we went, and we were sitting like in the second or third row.
Whoa.
But it's like a big theater, so it's fine.
Close.
It was the dumbest, most intense movie I've ever seen. And I was like pretty drunk for it, thank God. But it was so beyond bonkers. Ian McKellen at one point is just leaned over a giant bowl of milk, lapping it with his tongue.
Oh,
and my
God.
family, God bless them, thank God they have great senses of humor. We all started cracking up immediately from like the first scene, and the rest of the theater just doesn't know like
what's happening.
They clearly have no idea what this is, and they clearly like came with, I guess, open minds, or just because they wanted to get out of their house. So we're the only ones hysterically laughing the entire movie.
Good.
The whole time. At one point, some guy walked out and like yelled something, but you couldn't hear what he was saying.
Like he was so mad.
Yeah, he was so mad. Something along the lines of like, what the fuck is this? And you just hear a door close in the back.
Holy shit.
I was like, that's even better. I love
what I've
this.
seen from it is I don't understand the proportions of the cats.
Well, so
are they kittens? Because sometimes shit looks really big beside them.
Apparently they made the sets like giant size so that they didn't do any like CGI proportion stuff apparently. But it's so weird because some of them have human hands,
right?
Some of them don't.
Well, that's why they're supposed to release. They addressed that and said you'll be getting an updated version.
Which why?
At that point, who gives a shit? And
Right.
I think there was something of they finished it like 48 hours before the premiere. Like it was rushed.
It's
to be
also
released for Christmas.
Yeah, some of them have clothes, some of them don't. There's so many confusing things. Jennifer Hudson, God bless her, she sings really well, but she's crying close up in so many scenes, and she just has snot pouring down her nose over and over and over, to the point that Elliot, who brought a weed pen with him, which he thinks he might have left at my parents' house by accident, he just leaned over and he was like, I can't look at that. I was like, I know it's so up close, and it's like every
What's her
single
name?
time.
Grismerelda or something?
Yeah. It's so nuts. And then at the end, I don't know if you remember this. I'm sure you do. That Dame Judi Dench, like, you think it's over 17 different times, and then they like go into something else. They're all outside after. Sorry for the spoilers.
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
Jennifer Hudson's cat gets chosen to go to space.
To send into space heaven or whatever.
For some reason, because she deserves it. She's chosen by Dame Judi Dench, who's playing Deuteronomy, who, when we went and saw it, just sits on stage during the entire intermission. Do you remember that?
Oh, because he's supposed to be the super obese cat, and so he didn't leave the stage.
Well, no, he's the cat that judges all the Jellicle cats.
Oh.
I got way more of the plot this time for whatever the plot is that's there.
You know why? Because when we went to go see it, when you go see cats live, there's the fear that they're going to touch you.
They come into the audience,
and it is not okay.
Yeah, that's why this one was a lot more tolerable. But so Deuteronomy in the stage play, because he's the one that chooses whoever gets sent to the space that night from the Jellicle ball.
I hate it's giving me anxiety talking about it.
I know. And so he sits on stage during the whole intermission
It's so weird.
as some weird artistic choice, but it's just creepy and unnerving, and you don't feel like you can like operate
can I
freely.
go get another pint of wine?
Exactly. So Dame Judi Dench is playing that character, and at the very end of the movie, when it's finally over, they go into a rendition of a song where she just says, "And remember, cats are not dogs." Do you remember that's how the show ends?
That's how it ends.
That's how the show
last
fucking
line.
ends.
Cats are not dogs.
And they all sing "Cats are not dogs," and it's like a giant middle finger to anyone that paid to see it. It's like, and I'm gonna go see it again tonight.
Again, I cannot believe that.
It's so insane. And my mom and Tim and Adam, and my stepdad's like half paying attention because he's like, this is not too much for me.
He's taking a little snooze.
Yeah. Tim and Adam and my mom were just like, what the fuck? Even my mom, who like gives everything the benefit of the doubt, was like, what was that?
That was terrible. Is it long?
I don't know. I think it's probably like 2 hours. I'm not totally sure.
Oh,
it
God.
felt like I needed it to be done. But then we go afterwards. We're like all talking about it forever and leaving. And I went to the bathroom, and this girl just goes, "Are you Grace Helbig? You made it to Cats. I saw your story. I was worried that you guys didn't get to go to Cats." I was like, "Are you going to go see it?" She's like, "No, I'm seeing Uncut Gems."
Yeah, no, there's
like,
actual good movies out in the theater right now.
Cool.
Well, I'm proud of you for sitting through it. There's this review of it that I think Ricky Gervais brought up during his Golden Globes monologue the other night, but that this movie is the worst thing to happen to cats since dogs.
Yeah, it really. I actually indulged a little bit and saw this article of like, Cats is an insane movie, but here's a list from least embarrassing to most embarrassing parts played by famous celebrities.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of cats, I got a dog story.
Yeah, tell me.
So on Christmas Day, we were in Japan, and we went to Kyoto, which is a city. It was like it's like 4 hours away, like a 2-hour bullet train.
Yeah.
And it's awesome because lots of the architecture is still old.
Cool.
So like you can get on little streets and you feel like you're in ancient Japan.
I was gonna let it slide.
Ancient Japan. Oh, I've been saying height a lot too.
Oh,
a lot lately.
There you go.
But anyway, we're there, and Christmas Day, we have the best day. We go to something, and then
That sounds like a great day.
I can't remember the first part. We did something cool, and then we went to this monkey forest, which is I'm like hit or miss with monkeys.
Same.
Because especially when they get too comfortable.
Yeah, if they have free range to just kind of climb all over me, I don't know if I can
none
do
of that. So, but it's this hike, it said 20 minutes. Fuck, it's like a 30-minute hike up to the top of this. I'm going to call it a mountain. Chip will call it a hill. And when you get up there, it's all these monkeys.
Okay.
And tourists, and everyone's nice. And then there's a little building on top where you can go inside and get them like peanuts or apple slices.
To feed them?
Then you feed them through the grate.
Okay.
So like the monkeys know at this point, like, don't come up to people and ask for, like, if you want something, go over there.
Okay.
And it's totally wild. They're not encased, like enclosed. I don't know.
Sure.
Like it's not at a zoo by any means. And so we go, and the tiny monkeys are so fucking cute. It's blowing my mind. Like putting their tiny little tactile fingers through and then grabbing a little snack. One monkey, it's so funny. He just really preferred apples. I saw someone hand him a peanut and he just threw it over his shoulder and put his hand back out. Like he was like, fuck this shit. I'm here for the apples.
I want the good stuff.
Yeah, don't give me peanuts. But it's amazing how cute the tiny monkeys are and how ugly big monkeys are once they get those weird butts.
Oh, yeah.
Weird monkey butts.
Weird monkey butts
are so gross.
And they're in your face. I mean, I'm glad you have that opinion versus the alternative opinion.
I was like, ooh, I love a good red monkey butt.
Yeah, I like a good, something that looks like it's been freshly infected or slapped.
Right? That's what I'm saying. It looks like something happened. They had to get their butt waxed. The wax was too hot.
They had an allergic reaction.
And then they got spanked.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm sorry to be an ageist, but like, give me the tiny monkeys. I'm going to adopt that and I'm going to give it away as soon as it reaches puberty. Oh, it's so terrible. Baboon asses? No.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Rafiki? No thankies. Anyway, so that was great. And Chip planned the day and then he was like, I got one more stop for us. I'm like, okay. And we tried to do public transportation as much as possible. We were doing subways, all this. We like walked back down. We took a train to a bus stop and then we were getting on a bus. Like we were full on.
Cool.
We were doing it because Japan is organized as fuck.
That I've seen videos of their subway system. It's like, so it looks like computer programs.
There's not one piece of trash anywhere.
Wow.
But another side of it is there's like also no trash cans anywhere.
Oh,
so there's not overspilling trash, but you're just like hanging on to, you're just putting like
bag
coffee cups and shit in your own pockets.
So everyone's just basically holding their own trash bags.
Or yes, we're just trash men. So I'm like, where are we going? What are we doing? We finally arrive. We're at a pug cafe. It's like they have cat cafes, except it's just pugs.
Oh my God. I would die.
So someone had recommended it to me on my Instagram story. I said, what should we do in Kyoto? We're here for a couple days. Someone recommended it. I said it to Chip, but I didn't know he was planning this.
Oh my God.
And so right before we get there, we're in the middle of nowhere. I start to worry that that's the surprise because the Yelp reviews were like, half of them were like the location changed and they didn't update this. And I just came all the way out here specifically to see it. And so I'm like, is he taking me to Pug Cafe? Does he have the right address? What's happening? And then I see the sign and then there's the Pug Cafe.
Oh my God.
So let me tell you this.
What's it like?
You go in, you immediately take off your shoes, right?
Yeah, you have to be respectful for the pugs.
100%. And so I'm like, what is going to happen? Like, what if is it like two pugs? Do you like hang out with two pugs?
Right.
And then people bring their pugs? Like we didn't BYOP.
Yeah. We are frauds.
We did not BYOP. So the whole idea with the cafe is essentially you pay, they give you like an iced tea or something, and then you just hang out for an hour. And then you can buy like treats.
Is it like, do you have an hour max like to get people in and out?
So they're not overcrowded. So anyway, so we go, we take off our shoes. He offers me an apron, and then we walk around the corner, and there at the children's gate are like 12 pugs, all wearing Christmas outfits.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
And they're just like, their eyes are bugging out of their head. They're like, so I'm like, holy shit. And they're like, we want treats, bitch. So we're like, oh, whoa. It's like stimulus overload.
Holy shit.
Get in, we sit on the couch, and all of a sudden there's a pack of pugs on our lap.
They just assemble on
They
top
ascend on you. There's black pugs, there's cream pugs, there's mini pugs, there's everything. There's another couple that like one pug is still hanging out, but like they're old news.
Yeah,
They've been here for half an hour. We're the new kids in town, right? I mean, there's a pug that just stands on my lap with his paws on my knees, overlooking like he's on Pride Rock.
Oh my
They're
God.
bugging out, going nuts. The guy comes over and immediately just hands me a family tree.
A family tree?
Of all the pugs with their pictures. So you can be like, you know, you can figure out who's the mom. I was like, I'm shocked. I was shocked at the mother. She was tiny. She looked like a puppy. And she was like the matriarch.
Have we done a paternity test on this one?
100%. They all have their names taped on their, like there's masking tape on their little skirts.
Oh, they're wearing skirts?
They're wearing like Christmas outfits. They all have their names.
I would throw up. I would literally be too giddy that I would throw
Well, here's
up.
where you throw up. 3 of them, I noticed, have another piece of tape on their skirt that says, no snacks. or do not feed.
Whoa.
And we're like, what's going on? And he's like, too many snacks today. Too many snacks. So, but those are the little hungry fuckers who are the most in your face. I mean, they're like literally in your face being like,
and you're like, I can't.
And you got to do not feed, and you pull out a treat, and you're like, I have to give it to this one.
Yeah,
to Atsuko. Like, what are you going to do? And they're like,
you have a scarlet letter. I can't.
they're going, yes, exactly. They're going off. It was so funny. I posted on my Instagram story, and so many people responded like, I needed a do not feed sticker on Christmas. Like, that's a great idea. So they're going off. They're running around. The guy comes over, and what's funny is they all have Japanese names, but they all have nicknames.
Okay.
So like he comes over and he says, oh, this one who's like snuggled up on me, we call him the Playboy. He's had like 20 kids. Right?
Wow.
So he's the Playboy, and he's like, we're going
he
off.
knows it. Yeah.
There's another one called the Snack Monster. She has a do not feed sticker on her. She's going, I mean, she has her paws on Chip's shoulder. Like, just one bug eye about to fall out of her head.
Like a little floozy at a strip club.
100%. Like, she is working for tips. There's one that's called the Salesman, because he'll really convince you to buy more snacks. Because you have your hour, but if you want to get more snacks, then it's like a couple more dollars.
And he's like, hey, man, hey.
And then, of course, Chip like splurged and got like the biggest package. So they come out with like a goblet of not only treats, but like cheese cubes.
Oh my god.
So they're like, oh, big spenders. Like, they're like, we are ready to rock. Like, they're going off. We're just like we're chucking cheese at these dogs.
This is insane. Every day these dogs do this?
Well, here's the deal is I thought in my head, I was like, oh, is this like weird that we're going to a pug cafe? They are living the best life.
Yeah.
And when you see the owners who like live above, it's like a house.
They take great care of them,
It's
I'm
just,
sure.
they're just getting pet and like
Yeah.
hung out all day. And if they don't want to like be around you, like there's a shy one, he just sits in the corner and I like
Yeah.
went pet him, gave him cheese, and then I left. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they want to be in your face.
Yeah.
They are rabbit for cheese. So I was like, oh, so you guys just get like snacks all day and hang out and get pet by people who are excited to see you. And then by the end of our hour, because we got there at the last hour it was open, they were all started falling asleep on us.
Oh my god. So you got the full experience.
We had full snores. At one point, the guy who was so wonderful, who they're all his pugs, him and his wife's pug, he just comes, he picks up a pug and he just lays it on its back, like literally like it was a corpse, and lays it in Chip's lap. And the pug was just like a full dead snoring thing. It destroyed me. It was the funniest shit I'd ever seen. It was the best way to bring in Christmas.
Oh, that's so freaking cute.
It was the best. I mean,
I want to go
couldn't
just
recommend
for
it.
that.
I was just like, so you guys love this one breed. And so you got 10 of them, and we're like, well, we should share the wealth.
Yeah.
I did get a calendar. They gave me a calendar
Perfect.
where all of them are like looking to one side. Like,
oh, perfect. Like looking off into the distance.
it killed me.
I think Wendy, who does my hair, went there when she was in Japan because she brought me back a little like ceramic mug that had a pug on it. So I think she went there. I don't know if there's multiple.
Oh, it killed me.
Why don't they have them here in the States? Because people would ruin it.
Probably they'd ruin it. They have some cat cafes. And actually, when I was in New York, right before we went on our trip, I went to a coffee shop that there was the coffee shop, and then you walk through a door, and the other side of it where all the tables were was bring your own dog.
Oh.
Right in the East Village. And there were just dogs running around everywhere.
That's
And it
cute.
was because it's so fucking cold in New York that it was a great place to go, hey, I'm going to go have my dog socialize.
Yeah.
And me being a weirdo with no dog there.
Yeah.
Was just like, well, I'm going to come and like have itchy eyes and pet all your dogs.
Yeah, I'll suffer for this beautiful
I won't
art.
feed it anything. Oh, but it was such a surreal moment at the pug cafe because at one point I was covered in 8 pugs. The Playboy was just asleep on my lap.
Big day.
Full like I could feel him like having a dream. Everyone's going nuts. You know, Snack Monster has not broken eye contact in 30 minutes because she knows there's like one piece of cheese left that I'm not supposed to feed her. Right. And we're just sitting there and Chip and I are silent, and they're just Oh Holy Night sung by Jessica Simpson comes on. It was just weird, random. So it's just like Jessica Simpson, like, Holy Night, the star, and us being like, and we're covered in pugs. This is a perfect Christmas.
What a mood. What an absolute mood.
It killed me.
Wow.
Today, once again, I am talking to you about the company Care Of, which is an amazing brand that helps you maintain your goal of taking vitamins by sending you customized vitamin packs. It's really cute. It comes in a cute box every single day. You go and you choose your little packet, and it has a little inspirational sentence or message on it, and all the vitamins you need are right there. And how do you find what kind of vitamins you need? Easy. They have an online quiz. They talk about your diet, your health goals, your lifestyle, and then they recommend a list of vitamins and supplements specifically for your health and the goals that you have. Best part is it's really quality, okay? They don't hide anything. They're focused on quality, science, and research that goes into their products. And they also have yummy protein powders that are made of real ingredients you can recognize, like organic cocoa and pink Himalayan sea salt. So why don't you use Care Of to set that resolution you will actually keep, you know? Make 2020 the year you prioritize your own body and you take the vitamins, and best of all, it comes in a little cute box where every month the box is different. It's always a surprise. I love it. And don't worry that you're using plastic for these little packets. They are eco-friendly. They are made of compostable films, and there's tons of info online on how to compost them and how to do it the right way. If, you know, being greens on your 2020 resolutions too. So here's what you're going to do. If you want to try Care Of, you are going to get 50% off your first Care Of order if you go to takecareof.com and enter the code TMGW50. That's TMGW50. Go to takecareof.com, put in TMGW50, and you get 50% off your first order. I'm telling you, take advantage of it. I feel better. I feel healthy. I actually remember to take them. My nails are feeling great. My hair is feeling great. Give it a shot. Take care of yourself.
So the rest of Kyoto is great too. And then we were walking down the street one day when we were just like going through the market and seeing the crazy fucking food they sell.
Yeah.
And here comes a guy. Chip and him fucking know each other.
Oh, I saw this on Instagram. Yeah, what was it?
They worked at Camp Marywood together. The camp that Chip and I met at.
That's bonkers.
Yeah, they worked in the kitchen together. So we're walking down the street, and like there weren't many tourists there, at least not like we were the only white people.
Yeah.
And so we go, and then all of a sudden I see this black guy and like, you know, this kind of like robe and a beanie, and I see him go, oh, to Chip, and they high five, and I'm like, does he know the character on Chip's shirt? Like what's happening? And have known each other since we worked at camp together. I was like,
that's
of all people,
wow.
I mean, this is a big ass city.
Yeah.
There's like, you know, a couple million.
That's crazy. And then, yeah, I saw the photo of them like in the middle of the street.
Yeah. Of course, yeah, the two guys wearing like knit beanies.
Yeah.
So that was crazy.
That's so cool. That's so cute.
Okay, give me another. You also went to Florida.
Went to Florida. It was very fun. We hung out with Elliot's fam, which was very sweet. And it was like they were saying goodbye to their childhood home because his parents had moved. So it was like a very sentimental, like family situation. So it was very funny because it was all very like sweet, very low key. We were still exhausted from like doing my family stuff. And so we were staying in this,
right. They're getting the you guys just partied in Jersey version of you. Yeah.
But we were all fine. We were just kind of tired. And also, for whatever reason, the 3 hour, like hearing you go, I didn't get bothered by jet lag. I'm like, for whatever reason, the 3 hour time difference from the west. Yeah, I could not catch up.
It's so much harder going east than west.
Yeah. But to be fair, also, because we were going to so many different places, we ended up in 5 different hotels in 1 week.
Stop.
Yeah, because we were traveling so much.
Woof.
Yeah. So we were like exhausted, but we got down there. It was a lot of family stuff. It was super fun. New Year's Eve we spent at his parents' house with his like brother and sister-in-law, and like had a bonfire, and we're just drinking, and his dad was playing guitar, and it was like,
excuse me, idyllic family.
it was so cute. It was so fun. And then we went back. We were staying at a hotel in like Sarasota nearby, which is like this weird art hotel, but it was so shitty. Like it seemed like they just had the apocalypse and like nothing was restocked, no garbage was taken out, nothing was going on. It was so weird for the first like couple days.
Yeah.
Anytime we tried to get a drink in the lobby bar, they'd be like, oh shoot, and they'd like climb this thing to get in the cage and be like, oh, I have to go in the back and get it. We're like, you don't have Jack Daniels at the bar? And we didn't see anyone, but when we were coming back, like right after New Year's, like 12:30, all of a sudden the hotel was like lit up. I was like, oh, here's Florida. Here we go.
Florida.
And so his brother drops us off, and we're like pretty drunk. And so it's like everyone, like a flurry of activity is going on, and like I can't really like take it all in. And so we go upstairs and we're like, let's be degenerates. We're gonna go downstairs and smoke a couple cigarettes because we're gonna do dry January when we get back. So like, let's just tie one on tonight.
Totally.
And so we come back downstairs and we get in an elevator. There's 3 girls in there. One's just sitting in the corner on the floor.
In the elevator?
In the elevator. They're all in like fancy tight dresses, all with heels in their hands now.
Oh, yes.
And they're all swaying and falling over and all talking at once, except the one girl's like huddled in the corner. And then Elliot's like, great night, huh? And the one girl's like, not really. As she's trying to like get her friend off the ground of the elevator. And we were like, what's going on? Okay. I was like, yeah, here we go, Florida.
Yeah.
And then we walk out front. There's a monster truck like in front of the hotel.
This is my dream.
Suddenly that showed up. And then there's just like a bunch of people around. And we walk off to the side and Elliot's like, did you see that? I was like, yeah, I saw those like children in the lobby. Should they be here? He's like, no, did you see the guy with the head wound? And I was like, what? And I look over, there's a man with a giant gash on his forehead and his friend's just like wrapping a white bandage around it. But they're all like in like
He's like,
suits.
I've seen this in cartoons.
Yeah, they're all in like suits and drunk and like ridiculous. And we're like smoking a cigarette. And then all of a sudden I look up and the man with the head wound is right next to me. And he goes, are you okay? And I was like, are you okay? And he goes, can I get a cigarette? And Elliot like gave him a cigarette. He was like,
if you don't talk to me during it.
Yeah, he's like, Happy New Year, man. I think the paramedics are over there because like paramedics and police had just pulled up.
Holy shit.
And I was like, wow, I really thought I wasn't getting a full Florida experience, and it like came in clutch the last like hour that we're awake. Then we went back into the go back up to our room, and there's just like a trail of blood through the lobby.
Stop it.
In the elevator.
Oh my God.
I was like, this hotel has been like abandoned for the last 3 days, and now all of a sudden it's
you're in a low budget horror film.
Yeah, it's insane. And then we went back upstairs, and then Elliot started projectile vomiting.
I mean, you guys really did New Year's Eve right.
Yeah, that was the sign that like we really have maxed out our body limits and really need to come home and sober it all up. It was just all within like a half hour of being there. And I was like, thank you, Florida, for the Florida
that New Year's
send-off.
Eve?
That was New Year's Eve.
Okay.
Yeah, then we flew back the next day, and it was like the longest travel day ever because we had a layover. And
see, I feel the girl with the heels because New Year's Eve we just did we kept it chill. We like went to a friend's house who had drinks.
Because you were back here by then. Yeah,
we went bowling. Another sign is dry January. We've been bowling 3 times in a week. And then we went, I was like, I need food, and there's a bar a few blocks away where I was like, I know they have food, let's just get dropped there, get food, and walk home, because I don't want to wait a fucking hour for Postmates.
No,
you know, we're hungry, we're tired, we're drunk, so we get that and we get Postmates, and then it was like, oh, I don't want to walk home. Like it was like a 10-minute walk, too close for an Uber. So I was like, I took off my shoes. We walked for like a little bit, and I was like, I don't want to be wearing no shoes. And then Chip spots a shopping cart. So then I just get in the shopping cart, which is terrifying because Chip has a need for speed. And I was like, motherfucker, like you could hit a rock and I could go flying.
Yeah.
So New Year's actually came in. It turned midnight when I was in a shopping cart. He was like running me home. Fireworks were going off.
Oh my God.
And then like, you know, midnight kissed him, and it was like perfect.
That's so great. What
it
a
was
Mad Libs.
No
New
head
Year's
wounds,
Eve.
luckily, but I definitely was one of those bitches who couldn't wear shoes anymore.
Yeah, you dodged a bullet, which I don't think this guy did. I was like, that's
he might have. It might have skimmed his head. He might have actually dodged a bullet.
That might have been it. And then, the funny thing is, the next day on Instagram, on Twitter moments, it was like Rod Stewart and his son arrested at hotel in Florida for battery or something. And I was like, what hotel were they at? Was that Rod Stewart's son that came over and asked if I was okay? It was not.
Oh my God. Well, speaking of getting very drunk, I'll tell you real quickly about the drunkest we got on our trip.
Okay.
It was a doozy. So, you know, one of the things we wanted to do in Tokyo was go to New Japan Wrestling, which we talked about on this show when I got like recognized and all that. So we're going, and it's, again, the same exact thing we went to 2 years ago, where it's the last night in like a small arena before they do Wrestle Kingdom, which is like at Tokyo Dome, which is their Madison Square Garden, like
they're
the
like
big
WrestleMania.
thing.
Yeah.
So this is like the smaller one. So we go, and our friend Rocky, who's a wrestler who we met last time, hooked us up, and we're watching, and it's so good.
Yeah.
Everyone is so polite. Meanwhile, though, one of them, there's a wrestler called the Rainmaker who has merch that when we saw them in the States, he basically has one of those money guns.
Yeah.
Like they, at the end of Nailed It.
Yeah.
So it was like money, and it says the Rainmaker, and it's gold, and it had like money with him on it. And Chip brought it, and he was like, I'm going to set it off.
Yeah.
Because we were like on this little balcony. He's like, I'm going to let it go. I was nervous because I was like, this isn't that type of crowd.
Yeah.
These are like,
Wait, he was going to set off at the ring?
like during
the
that
match?
guy's like victory or whatever, you know, to do the money gun.
Yeah.
I was like, first of all, there aren't guns in Japan.
Right.
And you're a white guy with a mustache and a baseball hat who pulls out a gun. He's like, it's obviously like a huge gold fake
It's
thing.
a toy, yeah.
And it's this guy's merch. And I was still nervous because
Yeah.
this is like a very like polite golf clap crowd.
Right.
He goes to look at merch while I save our spot, and he goes and he's at the guy's booth, and the employee is like, he's like, oh, he's got great stuff. He's like, yeah. And Chip goes, you guys don't sell the cash guns here? It just happened to be like a person who spoke English. And he is like, no. He goes, oh, I brought mine from the States to set off tonight. And the guy just goes, please don't. Please, like, this is not.
Well, thank God that.
Well, yeah, in my head, I was like, oh, like, we got hooked up with these tickets.
Yeah.
Like, and then what if you get kicked out? And then
Yeah.
it's like, of course, the two Americans got kicked out. Like,
Yeah.
they can't handle themselves. So anyway, it was really fun. And afterwards, we went to the Golden Guy, which I've told you about, which is the 200 tiny bars.
Yeah.
And I say to Rocky, I'm like, let's get a drink after. He's like, sure. I assume he's tired because
Yeah.
he wrestled. He's going to be like, okay, I'll put in FaceTime. I'll come have one
come have
drink
one, yeah.
and I'll leave. He's there and he says, is it cool if I bring Jay White? Jay White is like the biggest heel. He's like, he's a total like headliner on all the posters.
Yeah.
Like Chip is like, he's the best heel of all time, which if you guys don't watch wrestling, a bad guy. And I'm like, yeah, of course. And then I look at Chip and I'm like, Jay White is coming. Jay White is gonna come too. And then, so we meet up. We're all there. He's like from New Zealand. We're sitting in this tiny bar with wrestlers. And then they're like, I think some other wrestlers are meeting us too. We're like, what? Like,
What have you started?
what? Like, there's this other guy, Zack Sabre Jr., and like a couple more. And we're like, so at one point we're in this tiny fucking bar that's built to be, you know, a dollhouse.
Right.
And we're sitting there with like 4 professional wrestlers. And I'm like losing my mind. Meanwhile, at the match, I got a fanny pack that looks like a championship belt, which I love.
Oh, cool.
It's like a big white fanny pack with,
That's
you
awesome.
know, a screen printed on there. So at one point, Jay just goes, hey, you got my belt. So that's the actual his title belt made as a fanny pack. And I was like, well, I feel like a real fucking idiot. Like I'm like wearing the band shirt with the lead singer.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was so fun. We ended up getting like so wasted. We went from there to, they have these things called like, it was like a metal bar where we went down underground and it was just people singing the equivalent of like, you know, American emo songs.
Oh,
they
that's
just play
great.
it and it's just like 20 people just singing it.
Wow.
We have drinks there. We just drank beers in the street. We went to another bar. We get so wasted that I got in a fight with one of the wrestlers.
Like a physical?
Not a physical fight.
'Cause I don't think you're gonna win that.
I was, you know, I hadn't really eaten all day. We'd been drinking for hours. There's this wrestler, I won't say his name just in case it's weird, but he says something that was clearly just joking about politics. You know, like when someone say things just to push your buttons.
Yeah, uh-oh.
And I was too wasted and I don't remember how I responded, but I said something like quippy smartass of like, you don't really fucking feel that way because blah, 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 blah. And then it's a table of silence. And I went, oh, I'm that girl right now. Okay, I'm going to. And meanwhile, these people all know like I'm in comedy and I'm being the least funny person, like serious, sensitive. I go to another table and I just slowly start crying silently by myself.
Wait, you walked up by yourself?
I was like, I'm going to go do something. And meanwhile, Chip thinks I'm just going to the bathroom. I'm just sitting at a nearby table, silently crying.
and they're like,
right?
dude, we can see your girlfriend is.
She's crying. No, like Rocky comes over. He's like, oh, they were giving you shit, like whatever. They had also had a running joke that I reminded them of one of the other people's moms.
Oh,
and then they pulled out a picture of her and she did have the same exact bangs. And I was like, and I'm just drunk enough and like feeling fat and bloated from eating rice for 15 days that I'm just like, do I? So I'm like in my head. Luckily, we patched it all up. There's like pictures of me and Jay with the fanny pack. We have a great night. Like we stayed out till 7 a.m.
Jesus.
Like we went back to their hotel.
Wow, that's you really tied one on.
Yeah, like the next day we're all like DMing, being like, that was crazy. I mean, being like, sorry I cried, and being like, that's not even necessary to apologize. Like we were all wasted.
Yeah.
But so we had the best time, but we were so hungover that the next day I could have not left bed.
Yeah.
But we slept till like 1, and then we had tickets to go tour Studio Ghibli, which is like, you know, their animation thing.
Okay.
And so we like go, and we have to do like a 45-minute ride out there and go watch like animated short films, and it was
I couldn't do that.
Cool. But anyway, it was a really great night. It was just one of those nights where I thought we'd have one drink, and we stayed out until 7 a.m. and I cried and I argued and
you showed them every emotion you have in your tool belt.
Oh, like it was a night where we went into 7-Eleven and got roadies to walk to the next bar.
Yeah, like there couldn't be a moment of not drinking.
So,
wow.
But it was, you know?
It sounds like a true adventure.
We didn't just tie one on. We like tied and tied and tied until we had a full rope to escape the tower.
You made like a whole blanket.
So yeah, that was the night I decided really dry January was going to happen.
Yeah, I think that's for the best. Oh, here's one last little thing that Elliot. So the first night we tied one on the very first night because we traveled out at 6 a.m. and had a layover, and like that night we're staying in Philadelphia before I went to my parents, so we just drank all day long, and by the time we got to the hotel we're just like shit-faced drunk, and then went to my parents the next day. But before we went and got like lunch nearby, and Elliot just goes, don't. Or no, 2 days later, we're down at my dad's house, and we were out somewhere by ourselves, and he was like, don't tell Mamrie this. I left a vibrator in the hotel room the first night.
Oh my!
I was like, one,
God.
You brought one?
Wait,
and two,
Elliot left a vibrator?
Yeah. I was like, what? He was like, I put it in the nightstand. I was like,
wait, on purpose?
He forgot it by accident.
So he brought it. You didn't know he had it. He was bringing it to just like coyly whip out mid-session, and he left it.
And he left it in a nightstand. So,
yes, Elliot, you have maybe it's like The Grudge or those things where you pass off.
Yeah.
So maybe like now that you've given me a vibrator, your boyfriend leaves it. Like this is the new horror movie.
It's really. I was like, well, I have to now tell.
The legacy
her.
continues.
So, yeah, a really great trip all the way around.
What a great holidays.
Yeah, we hope you guys had a great holiday.
Yeah.
Not sorry for an extra long first episode of 2020.
No, I ain't sorry.
I also feel like there's probably a billion more stories that 100%. We could keep telling.
I've hit like all I've hit is pugs, wrestling. Chip ran into someone he knew. That's all I've covered of all my notes that I have. So you might hear a little bit more about our trips, but guys, join our Patreon, etc.
Yeah, patreon.com/this might get weird. We're doing all kinds of fun stuff over there this year. We're restructuring a little bit, so it's gonna be real fresh and clean.
Oh God, this got weird. Truly.
This might get weird.